Imagine a time long before organized religions and modern science, when wisdom was whispered in hidden temples, not shared with the masses. At the center of this secret knowledge stood a mysterious figure, Hermes Trismegistus. Called the Thrice Great, he was said to hold the ultimate truths of existence, truths too powerful to be entrusted to ordinary people. His teachings, locked away in sacred manuscripts and forbidden scrolls, promised to reveal how the mind shapes reality, how energy moves through the cosmos, and how the soul transcends time and space. But over the centuries, these teachings were hidden, censored, and even destroyed by those who feared their power. Today, fragments of his wisdom survive, and if you listen closely, they can change the way you see everything about life, death, and the universe itself. This is not a story of myths or legends. It's a path to unlocking the original spiritual science of the ancients, a science the world tried to bury but couldn't erase. Across the ancient world, whispers of Hermes Trismegistus traveled from Egypt to Greece, influencing philosophers, priests, and alchemists alike. Yet the true depth of his teachings was never given openly. It was reserved for those willing to strip away illusions and face reality as it truly is. At the heart of this forbidden wisdom are the Hermetic principles, 7 universal laws that govern everything from the movement of stars to the creation of thought itself. These are not abstract ideas, they are the invisible mechanics of existence, shaping every moment of your life whether you know it or not. Imagine understanding how vibration gives birth to form, how polarity creates balance, how rhythm moves through all things, and how mental energy designs reality itself. These truths were once passed in secret initiations, encoded in symbols only the initiated could read, because the powerful feared what would happen if humanity remembered its ability to create worlds with thought and will. Today, fragments of this knowledge surface in mystic texts and esoteric teachings, but few have pieced together the whole picture. This video takes you closer to what Hermes wanted humanity to know, the timeless keys to understanding life, power, and the divine order hidden behind everything. Hermes Trismegistus taught that the universe is not a random accident but a living mind. Everything you see, touch, or experience is thought crystallized into form. This is the first of the Hermetic principles, the principle of mentalism, which declares that all is mind. The ancients believed that by understanding this truth, a person could begin to take conscious control of their reality. You are not just living in the universe, you are participating in its creation through your perception, beliefs, and focused intent. But Hermes warned that knowledge without alignment leads only to chaos. This is why initiates spent years in silent contemplation, purifying their inner world before being allowed to learn the deeper mechanics of creation. The second principle, correspondence, reveals the mirroring nature of reality. As above, so below, as within, so without. Mystics saw this as a sacred key, teaching that your inner state reflects in the outer world. The universe responds to the frequency of your being, not the words you speak. This was considered dangerous knowledge because it placed the true power of change not in kings or priests, but in each individual who awakened to their own creative force. If this glimpse into Hermes' hidden wisdom sparked something in you, don't let it fade. Subscribe now and tap the bell to journey deeper into the ancient truths that shape your reality. Your awakening has only just begun. Hermes revealed that reality operates on vibration, a secret once reserved for initiates of the ancient mystery schools. This third Hermetic principle, vibration, explains that nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Your emotions, thoughts, and even physical matter emit frequencies that align with similar energies in the universe. When you feel fear, you draw more of what resonates with fear. When you hold love, you create harmony around you. But Hermes warned that vibration isn't changed by wishful thinking. It requires mastery of mind and emotion, achieved through focused breathwork, contemplation, and sacred sound. The fourth principle, polarity, uncovers the dual nature of everything: light and dark, love and hate, hot and cold. They are not opposites, but extremes of the same essence. The adept learns to shift their mental state by understanding this continuum, transforming fear into courage, pain into wisdom. Ancient texts describe this process as mental alchemy, the art of transmuting inner lead into gold. These teachings were considered forbidden because they handed individuals the power to shape not just their own fate, but collective reality itself, threatening rulers who thrived on control and ignorance. The fifth principle Hermes taught is rhythm, the understanding that everything in the universe moves in cycles, like a pendulum swinging back and forth. Life flows through tides of expansion and contraction, rise and fall, joy and sorrow. Those unaware of this law get tossed around by its movement, feeling powerless in the face of change. But the initiate learns to rise above the swing of the pendulum, to stay centered even as external circumstances fluctuate. Through meditation, breath control, and mindful observation, you begin to predict the rhythms in your life and flow with them instead of resisting. The sixth principle, cause and effect, reveals that nothing happens by chance. Every event has a cause, every thought a consequence. The universe is a web of interconnected actions, where your inner state is constantly mirrored in your outer reality. Ancient Hermetic texts taught students how to step out of victimhood, to stop blaming luck or fate, and instead become conscious creators of their future by mastering their mental causes. To Hermes, true magic was never about bending reality with spells. It was about understanding the laws that govern it, and aligning yourself so fully with them that your will becomes nature's will. The seventh and final principle Hermes revealed is gender, not limited to physical sex, but a universal law that states masculine and feminine energies exist in everything. Every thought, every action, every creation emerges from the dance between these two forces. The masculine energy pushes forward, gives direction, and projects intention. The feminine energy nurtures, receives, and gives birth to possibilities. The ancients taught that imbalance between these energies leads to inner conflict and distortion in manifestation. But when you unite them within, when your focused will, masculine, merges with receptive imagination, feminine, you create effortlessly. This union is the hidden key behind sacred alchemy, behind divine creation, behind all true magic. Modern science hints at this truth in the balance of polarities and dualities. Yet only Hermetic wisdom explains how to wield it consciously. Hermes warned that humanity has long forgotten this inner marriage, leading to fractured psyches and broken realities. To walk the Hermetic path is to remember that you are both sun and moon, force and form, the active and the receptive, and your power to shape reality is born from their harmony. When all 7 Hermetic principles weave together, a hidden architecture of reality emerges, one that most people live inside unconsciously. Hermes taught that understanding these laws is not about collecting knowledge but transforming your state of being. Mentalism shows you that thought is the root of existence. Correspondence reveals that your inner world builds your outer world. Vibration teaches that energy is always moving, and you can shift your frequency to align with what you desire. Polarity reminds you that opposites are 2 ends of the same truth, and mastery comes from transcending duality. Rhythm tells you that every high and low is part of a greater cycle, and balance is your anchor. Cause and effect empowers you to step into conscious creation instead of blaming fate. And gender shows you that creation itself requires harmony between the forces of will and receptivity. When you practice these laws daily, through meditation, observation, intention setting, and energy alignment, you begin to live as the ancients did, as a co-creator with the universe, not a victim of it. This is why Hermes' teachings were guarded. They gave ordinary humans access to divine power. The true power of Hermes' forbidden teachings lies not in knowing them, but in living them. Start by observing your thoughts. Realize every belief is a seed shaping your reality. Practice correspondence by aligning your inner state with the outer life you wish to experience. If you crave peace, embody it internally first. Use vibration deliberately. Listen to sound, breath, and words that raise your frequency daily. Embrace polarity by finding unity within opposites. See fear as the doorway to courage, pain as a step toward healing. Flow with rhythm instead of resisting life's cycles. Meditate during lows. Act with clarity during highs. Take responsibility for cause and effect. Stop waiting for luck and start planting intentional actions. Finally, balance the masculine energy of action with the feminine energy of intuition, letting both dance within you. These laws are not distant mystical secrets. They are living forces around and within you. Once you work with them consciously, your life stops being random and starts becoming a masterpiece of deliberate creation, just as Hermes intended. What if the truths Hermes revealed were never meant to be secrets at all, but humanity was simply not ready to face them? Would the world as we know it even exist if these teachings had been fully embraced?